Oh, mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2.
The
How you
stream is
doing, B?
the stream is live.
Happy New Year to you, bro. First of all, Happy New Year to you, man. Again, you know what I'm saying? I know we spoke to each other already. You know what I mean? The whole team. So,
Another Christmas in the trenches, and now we're onto the new year, baby. So I love it, man. But yeah, happy New Year, my friend. New Year, same show. Can't wait to get this one going.
no doubt. We're doing a special broadcast tonight because Friday, I was not, oh, man, I was out of it, man. I'm still battling, still, being a trooper, and making sure that the show goes on, man. Definitely want to give a big shout out to my guy Scooter Thomas, who's supposed to be um on that Friday, but we had to kind of reschedule some things. I got to hit him up. I didn't even hit him up yet, so he's hearing this for the first time. I spoke briefly to him that morning and thought I will be able to go through it. But then after I went to urgent care, came back and passed out. You
Got
had
that
already hit me.
peace of
I
mind.
responded. I responded about 18:21, 8:21. I was like, damn, it's already after the hour. And it already had passed, man. But because, I was definitely not feeling well. But I'm here today, baby. We here.
Hey, as soon as you said you missed, you said let's do something Sunday night. So my guy was ready to bounce back no matter what, and we're here on a little football lazy Sunday to break down some hoops and get everybody caught up because a lot of stuff happened in the past couple days.
Yeah, man. Oh, first of all, salute Shador Sanders, man. Salute Shador Sanders. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Garrett for getting the sack racket.
Was awesome.
You know, they beat, I love those in-state rivals. You know what I'm saying? Not too many states can say they have two football teams like New York.
Yeah, and listen, it's like people outside of New York don't understand like how much rivalry is in that kind of division too. Like it's just such a nasty division, so competitive. So, yeah, shout out your boy Shador. Nice to see him get some good playing time over the past couple weeks.
I guess we get back to some basketball right now, right?
Let's go.
Happy New Year's to everybody. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to 2026, man. We got here.
Hey man, it's been a journey. Here's to many more years, man. And God, those clips get me so jacked up every time, Pooh.
Man, keeps me motivated, man. Keeps me motivated.
I feel it, and it's so crazy. So many things have changed in that clip. It's why it's a perfect episode, man. Name of the episode. Crazy, crazy. So
Man, go ahead, B.
go ahead, man. It's wild. It's wild.
Nah, definitely, man. 2025, we saw a lot of changes, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
We saw a lot of changes, and I don't even want to even start before we bring on our next guest. Our next guest, of course, is one of not just New York City's, but America's best media guys, photographers in all of America. This guy's all over the place, but he makes sure he keeps his roots here in New York City and always giving our good New York City history out and keeping update to what's going on in the present time. Let's bring up my guy from Dave's joint, Dave Cardova. Super Dave,
Oh,
what's up?
oh, great to see you. What's up, Brian? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, my man. Great to see you. Great to have you on, man. Absolutely. We couldn't think of a better person to start off the year with, my man.
No doubt.
Indeed.
And look, Dave was just like, yo, let me know when you want me to come up. I'm
Of course.
ready.
Always
It's
ready.
like any
Mhm.
time, brother. We going on this Sunday. Let's go.
Of course.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, when you reached out to me, I was on my way to the Seton Hall game. So no, actually, no, when I reached out to you, I felt, you know what? There's been times when Poole reached out to me and I couldn't do it. So I was thinking, you know what? Tomorrow I'm not doing anything. So I might as well just do this with this week, and then Poole gave me the option to do it today. So I figured, you know what, tonight is perfect.
Mm.
No doubt. Do you got something going on in the background? You watching TV? Turn the
Oh,
volume down.
on my phone. I'm sorry.
That's
Let
all
me
right.
let me mute it. But yeah, I was watching the
And
Jefferson.
and hold on. Do you have headphones in?
I do.
Yeah, remove the headphones because we getting bad echo from them.
Hold
And
on.
can you just do it through your phone or through your computer? Let's see if
Hold
that
on.
works. All right.
Let me hold on. Let me turn it. Let
All
me.
right.
Deepu, you see how Dave was watching film from the game. He's watching the Jeff game.
Oh, was he?
That's what I thought I said. That's what I thought he said.
That's what I was saying. Yeah,
Oh,
You
yeah,
watching the
okay.
Jeff game,
yeah. The Jefferson Nazareth game.
Dave?
Much better, Dave. Much better. Thank you. Thank you.
No
I
problem.
didn't even get a chance to watch that, man. Another big shout out, man. I want to give a big shout out to Oliver. Oliver. It's just something that kind of happens, to me when I'm walking or on a train. And, people see me and want to shout out the show, man. And I appreciated that, especially today, man. I was totally out of it. And he was like, I wasn't sure if that was you. Uh, like, how you doing? Liverpool Harding. He's like, cool, Oliver. So I love those moments, man. And I'm gonna start doing this a little bit more regularly. It's a new year. And want to give those people love who show the show love and everything like that. So salute to Oliver.
Mm, no doubt, man. And it's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Every time I go somewhere, I was at the Gary Charles this weekend. Everyone was going, "Where is our guy Boo?" Man.
Yeah, everybody loves Poole. Everyone.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. And pull love everybody back, man. You know how I love, you know how it goes.
So, Dave, I got a question for you right away. You're a guy who's been to so many events, and you see the way basketball's trending. I talked to Pooh about it a little bit, and we were talking about how good the schedule was and how a lot of things were clean. What do you think of the Jordan Holiday Classic this year at Achievement First? I know you spent some time there. I know you weren't there every second, but yeah, I know you caught a ton of the action. What do you think of the event?
Honestly, I love the games. I like the setup. The fact that they gave people options as to where to go. If you want to see the national action, go to the fourth floor. If you want to see the local teams, go to the second floor. You know, it gave people, a tough choice because as much as we want to see the local teams, we can see them another day. But some of the national teams, we're not going to get to see them. So it was just that opportunity. But honestly, it was a great setup. You got Adam Finkelstein and Caitlin Peak from NBA TV doing their thing. The folks from Game Changer doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that was great. The crowds were spectacular. You know, honestly, shout outs to Made Hoops because they did their thing with the event, and also Brand Jordan.
Yeah.
This is I've been to this event every year since the first year in 2022, and it's amazing to see how they've progressed.
Yeah.
I feel like they really just knocked it out of the park this year. I was so happy to hear, and like every media person that I've been talking to is kind of given the same thing, Dave. So appreciate that. I know the people at Made Hoops been working really hard on that, and it's their baby, and I feel like they're really doing it the right way. And like you said, the different options this year was just it was almost intense, man. You didn't know where to go. It was wild.
Exactly. But you know, for me and Pooh, because we both been involved with the MBPA Top 100, this is obviously a chance to see some of these other guys before we get to voting.
Mm.
But also, there were some games on the second floor that were very interesting, including Eagle, Brooklyn, and St. Francis Prep. That was a great one. And of course, Holy Cross versus Imhotep. That one was my favorite one because it went triple overtime. Shout out to
Hey,
the guys
listen.
from.
First of all,
Yeah, go
that
ahead.
no, go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
I was about to say, shout out to the guys from North 21st Street in North Philly. Imhotep is a tough team.
They were
Shout out to brother Andre Noble. You know what I'm saying? They're the powerhouse in Philly. Every year, nobody in Philly on the public school side could beat them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're the team to beat in the public school side. But year after year, they've been nationally ranked. Not so much this year, but they've been the perennial powerhouse in Philadelphia. So shout out to them.
That was the game of the year for me.
Mm-hmm.
That was the game that was like the best game.
It was like
besides besides that Stepanak Jeff game, right? So we got to add that in there because that was in 2025, right?
Yeah.
But we're gonna go back to there as well. But here was this is what it looked like for those people who weren't there. And if you haven't been checking my social media, this is what it looked like, baby. This is how crazy it was.
A Home Depot truck is also blocking the street. A Home Depot truck. Please.
Packed.
The best crowd I've seen in a while for a high school event.
And I don't think it would have looked like that if it was at Baruch, right? So you want to have a high school event, have it at a nice high school gym like Achievement First, and you could pull off something like that. Now, I've been watching online, and let me put this on screen. There you go. Yeah. Nah, too much. Cardinal Spellman Gym. Wow. I'm definitely going to be up there soon because, listen, let y'all know right now, soon my body get right, we taking it up to a whole nother level.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me. Man, that Cardinal Spellman Gym looks amazing. I was like, wow, I need to get up there. But for the most part, yes, the Jordan Classic was amazing and great turnout. Salute to my guy, Chad Babel, for doing an excellent job, you know what I'm saying, again, and making sure that us media guys was comfortable. The whole staff and everybody that was down with it. But we're saying that, let's go back a little bit. Let's go back because we talking about the year 2025, right? Let's go back to the days of the Belt Boys, when the Belt Boys was a national craze and was on social media driving everyone hysterical about what was going on at Thomas Jefferson. Now, I know we going a little way back, but we're just going to skip through a little bit, right? Because we only had like a little half a season so far, and I think that would have been a short show.
Correct.
Right? But we talking about the whole 2025. We went from, everybody knowing what was Jefferson going to do. It wasn't easy to get there.
Yeah.
Right? But what about that Belt Boy phase that you think captured the nation and the city? I thought they went outside of New York City as well, but they definitely had New York City in a frenzy. From the kids and adults to everybody was talking about the Belt Boys, and that's Connor Spratly and Jada Swan.
Well, honestly, I feel like the whole belt wave was a national thing, but I feel like Thomas Jefferson kind of adopted it, and took it and made it their own thing, and it took off throughout the year.
Yeah, and it also helped with Connor Spratly dropping 50, 70, and 60, right, in a 3-game span or something like that.
Right.
Was crazy. That run was crazy. Then Jada Swan doing his thing on top of that. So that definitely, had the city and everybody on notice. But also we have to go to, Stepanak proving their dominance, right? With that 3-peat run, right?
Yeah.
And they've been looking unstoppable ever since, as far as playing in the city. Stepanak and the legacy, their 3-peat and them creating history this year. The likelihood of doing that. What do you guys think?
In my lifetime, what I'm saying, there's been one other team that I've seen that did that, and that was Christ the King in the 2010s. To see the suburban school doing their thing on the national scene is amazing. For them to be representing the New York City, or shall I say the New York metropolitan area, the way they are is amazing. Honestly, they'll be the first, if everything shakes out the way it's supposed to, they'll be the first to go to 4 championships and win. That's an amazing feat. But one thing I would love to see in my lifetime is a team finish in the top 5. Because that's something that we haven't had in years. And also, one team finish number 1. That's definitely something we haven't had in over 30 plus years.
Yeah. Wow.
Since Talon time. That was the last New York City team to finish number 1 in the country. Number 1 in New York City, number 1 in New York State, number 1 nationally.
Yeah, I think it's really remarkable what Stepanak's kind of done over this 4-year span of just being so dominant. And I was going to ask Dave about this. Just the way they've been able to compete nationally with a lot of these powerhouses that you get to see at a lot of these events.
Right.
Stepanak's hung with all of them. They deserve to be in those games. And my question to you guys is, as they kind of chase greatness, and if they do, who would kind of be your prediction for the next school that could potentially do something like this? I don't know if it'll ever be done again, but if you guys had to pick another program who you think could potentially win 4 in a row and get in the top 25 nationally, who would you kind of pick right now if you had to do it?
That would be hard. I don't know if anybody could ever achieve that feat.
Yeah.
That's going to be really hard.
Yeah, I think that wave probably will, for right now, for how it's looking, yeah, I don't think that's something that can be accomplished because of all of the national things that's going on, the Scholastic League, right, the OTs, all those things, and then the poaching of the kids. We get a great one, they get them in the hell out of here.
True, because it's like you said, the EYBL, not just the Scholastic League, but you have the grind session, you have the knapsack. Yep. You know what I'm saying? You have even boarding schools out west and down south. That's giving them opportunities. Some people say it's about the money, but I think it's definitely about the opportunity.
Where we? I'm so yo CK. I'm so bad right now because we're supposed to have you on right now too.
CK, I meant the city, not the state.
No. Yeah, go ahead.
I meant the state, not the city. Yeah, I'm sorry. I meant the city, not the state. But yeah, that Niagara Falls team was really, really good.
Yeah.
That 2005 team with Johnny Flynn and Paul Harris. That was one to remember.
Absolutely. An all-time great team. And, I mean, so dominant. But, yeah, we were just talking about the area because just with how competitive the Catholic League is, and like you said, it's just so many factors that just pull away from you them being able to do that.
Right.
I mean, that's why we got to just keep drawing attention to how special the Stepanak team is. You know, they've had hiccups early on. I mean, we all saw them, lose a tough one. I mean, against Mount Verde and the JHC. But they bounced back in the Westchester Classic and continue to stay in the top 25. So have to give Stepanak a ton of love for what they're doing this year.
True, but then they also battled it out with Paul VI. Unfortunately, they came out on the losing end both times, but they made it to the City of Palms championship game, which is an amazing feat in itself.
Yeah, and that Paul team, Dave, is one of the special teams in the country. Just the way it's designed.
Yo,
and I give credit to the WCAC, man. That league is tough.
Yeah.
For as many teams the few teams that they have compared to the Catholic League up here is amazing. And even some of the talent that's in their league, like Anthony Brown, who we got to see.
Yo, Dave, I think your computer something is picking up some feedback from somewhere.
Hold on, let me turn off the AC. All right, cool. How about now?
A little better.
Yeah, a little better. Yeah.
But yeah, like I was saying, Ant Brown, the Vanderbilt signee, he did great when he came up to New York. You know what I'm saying? He's playing at Archbishop Carroll, you know what I'm saying, signed to Vanderbilt. I wish I could have been able to see him at the Jordan Holiday Classic. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna do amazing things in the SEC.
He was incredible, Dave. He was one of the most special players I still watch, and Pooh just doing all the other things, controlling the team, talking to refs, making sure everyone's in the right spot, didn't take a bad shot. Turnovers were all trying to get guys open shots, telling guys to shoot, doing all the small things, plus that 30 points. He's just a phenomenal player. And, Dave, I think you nailed it. He was the most impressive player from start to finish. Just controlled the game and looked like a guy who's going to be ready to go at the college level. I'll tell you that.
The whole event?
Dude, it was like the easiest 30 points I've seen, Dave. It was control. And, the Florida team he was playing was no joke. I mean, they were athletic.
Oak Ridge, sadly, they lost both of them games. I heard that the second one wasn't a good one for them.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, they were super athletic. But Ant Brown was definitely terrific, man. And I mean, another thing I wanted to ask you, what did you think of that Blair game, Dave?
Which one?
Cushing. Blair
Cushing. That also – I'll say this. That was the matchup that I felt should have been promoted more. I felt the other matchup, they were promoting that too much. But to be fair,
what of a matchup were you talking about?
OSL versus Blair. And I've been thinking about this too. I felt like that game, it would have been the same result as last year. I wish Magic Mel could have played, but honestly, that Blair team was too strong. I felt like OSL was overmatched, and they didn't have the continuity. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been adding new pieces all year, so I didn't think that they could. I didn't think that it was going to be a winning situation for them. Now, the Cushing Blair game, that was two tough teams playing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ryan Moisk and Theo Edema. Two other kids that we got to see in New York versus New York. You know what I mean? Like they were strong. They were both a strong presence in that game. And I saw Cushing earlier this season up in New Haven at the National Prep Showcase. They're a very dangerous team to play. The fact that they were able to slow down Blair and beat them is amazing.
Right.
Dave, are you blocking the speaker to your laptop?
No, I'm on my phone.
Oh, you're on your phones. So why am we getting so much I'm getting so much bad feedback every time you.
Oh,
I don't know. You, I don't know. I'm getting when you speak, I'm getting feedback. When Brian speak, I don't get any feedback.
how
So
about now?
yeah, it's good now. It's good now.
Okay, but yeah, no. What were you saying, Brian?
No, I think you nailed it. I just wanted to hear your opinion on that Cushing team and your thoughts on Blair. And I'll kind of skip it to this. What do you think of Mr. Rippey committing to Duke? What do you think of that big announcement?
Oh man.
All right, hold on. My bad. I know what I wanted to ask before we get there because I think that's a great segue. I thought they should have had Rippy playing against Cole Hearts. I mean, no, Blair playing against Cole Hearts. That would have been an
Yes,
exciting matchup. That would have been
I
something for the
agree.
city.
All right, I'm gonna be on. I'm gonna be frank with you. I felt like they should have swapped out. Or what they could have did was have OSL play somebody else, or like you said, Cole Hearts and Blair. Rippy versus Anderson would have been great. Now it sucks for Cushing because the new prep national rankings came out, and even though Cushing beat Blair, they still got Blair as number one.
Yep.
Only because that game that they played against Blair was
I,
played 32 minutes and 4 quarters instead of 40 minutes and 2 halves, which sucks. But
what do you think of that, Dave? Though I mean, I don't know. A win's a win, no?
yeah. Honestly, I felt like Cushing should have been higher. You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
They deserved it.
I agree.
What a great team that Cushing. Let's salute Ayatollah Beats, Gassi K in the building, Eric Kennedy in the building,
All right, total B.
Christian in the building. Oh yeah, what's that? K4B in the building, and Coach Ron Clario. Salute, Coach. How did Coach? Let's before we start to move on. How did Coach team do today?
Coach won yesterday in like triple overtime and was incredible on the sidelines as usual.
Wow.
So
See that?
Coach getting a couple more victories away from Coach Curran. How about that?
That is going to be an amazing feat, and you're going to see that in every newspaper or every news channel in New York City.
That's
You can
right,
guarantee
baby.
that, and we're going to celebrate them here up here. We're going to have them on for that. We're going to do a special show with Coach. Give him some
And he's
love.
not stopping, Pooh. He wants 1,000. He told me. He said he wants.
He want to
No,
make
that
sure
would be great.
he want to make sure no one catches him. Trust me, Coach is smart.
It's
He
not
ain't been
that many
around.
coaches that have gotten to 1,000 wins. I would love to see that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's the goal. He's got a scrappy bunch this year. He's waiting. I think they're waiting to see if they're going to get one guy back through some eligibility stuff that they think that they're pretty positive on. But they were scrappy, and Coach always gets so much out of these guys. He coaches them so hard. So he was just awesome on the sideline. He had the whole crowd going nuts. I mean, he was calling timeouts after timeouts. It was awesome.
And you'll say, man, I'm trying to get out of here. Coach keep calling
Oh man,
timeouts.
coach was in calling timeout. He was like, you know what? They're gonna keep letting me call it. I'll call it.
Yeah, I think All Day J has a point. He said could have been Cole Hart versus Blair. Yeah. And OSL versus Patrick. Yeah. Yeah.
And listen, Dave, I don't want to put it out there, but you never know if somebody said, hey, we're talking to the scheduling makers, maybe we don't want to play a certain team. We don't know if that was said. So,
or maybe the contract had a certain stipulation. Who knows?
Could be.
Yo, Chris Ramirez said, "What's up, Dave? What up, Chris?
What's going on?"
Listen, do you think they didn't really want to blow up the OTE league like that?
Blow them
They
up?
gave them two. They gave them two good games. Well, not two good games. I didn't see the first game. I saw the second game, so I don't know how the first game turned out. But I know the second game was a blowout.
Yeah. I mean OSL versus Cole Hearts, I think that would have been a good game as well because they already played all their overtime games in New York early.
Okay.
Yeah, we never got like that would have been a great homecoming game, Anderson versus whoever, you know, because if you look at overtime schedule, Cole Hearts wasn't slated to come to New York. So the fact that they were scheduled for the Jordan Holiday Classic was big.
Yeah.
No doubt, no doubt.
They might have been
So
a late ad too, Dave. You know,
I'm sorry.
it could have been a late ad too. Maybe after
That's
they had
true. That's
scheduling work,
true.
it could have also been a factor.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
another big thing that went on last year, yeah, we can say last year because we already in 2026, was Brandon Stores and Todd Turner's going #1 and #2 at the legendary St. Raymond's High School, which produced so many great players.
Yeah.
So many great players.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was some big news last year as well. And salute to those guys who are now in college.
Yes.
And do you now? I'm going to say the same thing. Do you think there'll be another combination like that over the next couple of years, where two guys kind of finish their career as the top two guys in the historic program?
That's gonna be hard to see.
It's going to be hard to do.
Yeah. Let me see how many. I know
It, co-
Josiah has
it comes
1,000 points.
and it comes with a risk too.
That yeah. Not that risk is not having to go anywhere.
Yeah, right. That risk is points for championships, records for championships.
Right. Yeah. Records and championships or individual glory.
Facts.
Yeah, I think that's another one that probably won't be done for a long time. You know, and listen, at one of these historically great schools, I mean, it's so hard to break the scoring record at so many of these places.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, Chris, you taking us right out of New York, but I'm gonna mention it anyway. Said we'll likely see Blair and Prolific Prep guards match up Nazir Anderson and Deron Rippey. That is going to be a showstopper right there.
And listen, you guys know Naz from the I mean,
yeah,
that's awesome.
I was gonna say, yeah, they can't play Prolific Prep, unfortunately, because Blair is a post grad program. So yeah, that game won't be able to happen.
Only way it's gonna happen is can't now because I don't think I don't think Nazir is gonna play. Well, he can play in the Jordan Classic.
He probably could.
Yeah,
maybe
that's possible.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he's a junior, I think.
Yeah, he is. He is.
So yeah, he'll have another year.
Coach Ben, what's up? What's up? He said, man, we bust Dozo any time of the week. Woo!
Ben.
Talking this talk. Yo, Ben, we gotta get out your way too, man. For sure. I'm telling you, as soon as I get myself back together, I'm outside for real.
No problem, baby. Forest Hills is no problem.
Yeah, man. Shout outs to Aaron Tutt. I got to see him a little bit on the 15s Lightning team at Pete's Jam. I think he's gonna be something really special.
Yeah. I think again, you going through the process, you seeing his greatness start to develop, right? And I tell young players, don't be in a rush. Don't be in a rush. Take your time, right? It's not how you start; it's how you finish. Now you can have a little bubble going on in the beginning, right? But those junior and senior years are most important years.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt. I love that call too. I think he's a major star in the PSAL. I'd love for him to finish his career there for sure.
And I think the schools will eventually come for him. I could see him at least getting maybe a couple of Division I offers. I could see that definitely happening for him. But it just has to be the right situation and the right time. If he does well on one of these circuits, the sky's the limit.
Yeah, I think if he gets some eyes on him in the spring and is actually on the court playing, I think he'll definitely get seen. But I'm going to circle back from what Pooh said earlier because I want to ask you about it.
Hold on, B. We
You
gotta put
saving
this
it?
out
You
there.
saving it?
Hold
Another
on
new
for a sec.
king of fruit.
My bad. Hold on, cause
Wow.
somebody just said something. I gotta put this out. You know I got the whistle out. You know when I got the whistle out. Something about that. Hey, listen, Coach Biz said I am the new king of queens. Out with the old, in with the new. Oh, I like that.
Wow. He wants to smoke.
We got to call
Yes, sir.
He wants to smoke.
Queens. Wow.
Coach better be able to back it up.
Wow. That was impressive. I love that, Coach. The King of Queens, baby.
Man, hey B, go ahead, man. I'm
Listen,
sorry
that
about
was
for cutting
a
you
worthy
off.
stop. Coach deserved that stop.
No
So
doubt,
what I'm
no
saying,
doubt.
I know me and you have talked about it, Dave, about, Duke signing like AJ Griffin. I know we talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
But besides AJ Griffin, to see Rippy end up at a place like Duke, how important is that for NYC? And how incredible is it to see, a guy like Rippy make it to Duke? I just think it's amazing. It's a great story.
Mm-hmm.
Got such a great family. And, it was just great to see everything come together and him end up going to Duke.
Well, I mean, I love the fact that he ended up at Duke. You know what I'm saying? It's a great school academically. He has a 4.0 GPA. So it looks great. And also, a lot of these, for years, Duke has always gotten a bad rap because the stigma has been out there saying that they don't recruit kids from the hood.
Mm.
This is proof that that's not true. And then also, I love the fact that he'll be the third player in his immediate family to play Division I basketball.
It's awesome.
Also, we gotta look at too. It's not just from the hood. He comes from a great family.
That's
Great.
And Duke just doesn't recruit you, they recruit your family.
Mhm.
Amen.
Shout out to the Rippy family.
Yeah. First class family.
Yeah.
No doubt, no doubt. Hey, look, we're gonna address this right here. So there's a lot of 2A and 3A players that no one is talking about. Trust me, we talked about some 3A players already. We mentioned some 2A players on some programs. I don't think everybody's checking for, but we're gonna start to give them a lot more attention now that the year's going on. You have to understand.
It's a lot of basketball to be seen.
It's a
only
lot of basketball to be
January
seen,
4th.
and if we only see you once or twice, and we see you play, and you got 30 against a team that's not really good. That's not really telling us anything.
Right.
We're not just jacking the fact that you could put up a bunch of points, right? We're not jacking that. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
No.
Right? We seen that come a dime a dozen. We
Right.
like to see consistency.
Yeah, and if you want to keep it like 100, like we try and do on the show, like I talk to college coaches and they say, yeah, the kid looks great, but I need to see him against like a solid game. Every time I watch him, they win by 30 or 40, or they lose
Right.
by 50. It's like they can't really get a good read on that. So that really isn't what it's all about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I agree with that because it's like that kind of hurts the recruiting too when you're playing against low level talent. It's like they know you're talented, but it's like, what's your resume? What's your best body of work?
Yeah.
That's what it all comes down to.
Especially who's it against, right?
Exactly.
Go ahead, Dave. I want you to. That's why I put this up there. So I think Rippy Jr. is the first player from Brooklyn to play at Duke.
Wow.
I've been saying this.
I agree. Yeah.
Someone did. I'm trying to remember. There's another kid from. I don't know if maybe from Brooklyn, but not New York City. Is it the first New York City kid?
No, he's not. No.
No.
They had Andre Sweet from Rice.
Andre Sweet, got you.
He was a part of the 2001 national championship team before he transferred to Seton Hall.
But he's definitely first person from Brooklyn, for sure.
Yeah. Andre Sweet is from Harlem. I'm trying to think. What other New Yorkers have played for Duke? Not too many.
No. Well, we go upstate, Greg Quebec, Christian Leitner.
But
Yeah.
yeah, he's from upstate New York. But
That's
yeah,
what I'm saying.
not too many New York City guys. They've gotten guys. What? Kyrie Irving is from Jersey.
Yep.
I think who else? Jalen Blakes, who also went to Blair Academy.
Yep.
But yeah, he's another Blair guy that went to Duke. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, and I want to give some love to my guy, R.I.P. Ed Davender. He was the first Brooklyn dude to play at Kentucky. For sure.
Rest in peace, Ed
Yeah.
Davender.
And Ed Buckeye Davender was, woo, he was a bucket.
Ed Davender, class of '84. Boys and girls, right?
Yes. Yeah. First start at Alexander Hamilton, then went with boys and girls. Yeah, for that last year when they closed. Coach Ben said 4A kids shine when comp is down at the floor too. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But the thing is, Ben, the consistency of it, right? Because we see more of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not saying, that the other kids don't deserve shine. We just see more of them. What do you say, B?
Yeah, I agree. We're trying not to see these 40-point blowouts. There's definitely some in the 4A, 3A, everywhere. So, it's just about finding the right pockets with these levels. And, if anybody watches our show, we always do score recap, try and hit as many as we can. But listen, a lot of the reporting, a lot of the websites, a lot of the scores, a lot of things aren't accurate. A lot of things need to be updated. A lot of people don't post their scores. A lot of teams should be more active on social media to get them out, especially if they got some talent.
Mm-hmm. Social. Oh yeah. Also, it's like a lot of these high schools. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that social media presence that they should have. They don't have anybody to really push them the way they need to.
Correct.
And then
don't send me the day of the game. Don't send me the fucking flyer the day of the game or the day before and be like, yo, come to this game.
Oh yeah.
Right? Give us those great matchups that you're gonna come into. That's what it's about.
The last time that happened with us, right?
Yes. Come on.
And we already know what happened that night. So
we left out of there with the burger face.
Yeah.
And how many? And listen, like, I know it's crazy to say, but like, Dave's schedule is basically scheduled in advance for the most part. You're looking down the road months, weeks, in advance. You have major things over the weekend. You want to make sure your week's a little free before you have to travel so much. So it's hard when you just get a message, come to the game tonight. Like, I appreciate it, of course, but
of course,
I'm in the middle of Long Island, man. It's at least an hour and a half to get to anything.
Exactly.
That's right.
And
for those of us that live in a certain places,
boys, man.
Right, we got to get out of work at a certain time. It can be very difficult.
Lance Thomas, Dave, who's that?
Oh yeah. He definitely played at Duke. I didn't know he was from Brooklyn.
That's who I heard about. Okay. That's who I heard about the other day.
He was a New Heights kid.
Yes, that's right. He was from New Heights. Yes.
Wow, I didn't know he was a Brooklyn guy. Wow.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, so you know about him too, right, B?
Oh, he was a defensive stopper, man. He was good. Very good player.
He might have played it. What you call it? He definitely did. He was a New Heights guy, that's for sure.
And play with the Nets and Knicks.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Go figure. Salute to Lance Thomas. We need to get him on the Basketball Head show, man. That's dope. That's dope. Appreciate you, K-Powell. Appreciate you.
Coming up?
Huh?
I was saying to Dave, are there any games you're excited about coming up?
Oh, the Iverson Classic in Paramus, New Jersey, where Blair Academy will also be playing. They're playing against the Patrick School. Okay. And also 2 days later, next Sunday to be exact, will be Rippy's last high school game in New York City at St. Francis Prep. Wow. They're playing Northfield Mount Herman.
When is that game?
Sunday, the 11th.
Yeah. What's the name of that event, Dave?
The Shooting Star Showcase.
That's right. Shooting Star Showcase. Yep.
Yeah, shout out to Kareem Meminger, Riverside Church.
Mm-hmm.
What teams are playing in there?
Some good teams.
I know Wings Academy is in it. St. Francis Prep, obviously. St. Joe's Metuchen from New Jersey. That's a school to watch. St. Joe's Metuchen.
A couple good games in there. That'll be a good showcase, Boo. We should go to that.
Oh, for sure. For
That's
sure. Definitely call Coach, tell us to put us down. Yo, it's a lot of Queens beef going up in here. Said, well, first of all, Ben said Cardoza all of a sudden getting so much social media when the team getting worse year by year. Woo! Said social media record us.
Wow.
Oh man.
Rodney Johnson said, Ben, you keep talking about Dozo, but Forest Hill still can't beat Brooklyn. He didn't say that. He said he the king of Queens.
Yeah, he didn't say that.
He said he didn't say the king of New York City. He said the king of Queens.
Starting with his borough first.
You got it. You have to do that.
Yep. Coach knows not to skip steps.
Ayatollah, #1 basketball heads in the building. Ayatollah beats. It's crazy. All right. He said Andre Sweet, who played at Rice, was at Duke for a season. Does that count?
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, he was a part of that national. Like I said, he was a part of the same national championship team with Carlos Boozer, Jay Williams, other people I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, he was a part of that national championship team. But then he left and went to Seton Hall.
Yeah.
Last year we also had South Shore Girls again winning another city championship. And then also you had CTK. This is kind of a regular thing that's been going on for the last how many years now? Well, CTK has been 31 championships. It's crazy, which is the most of any program. Any
holiday. I was speechless with them. That was crazy. Did you see that game or no?
Huh?
Did either of you see that game, the girls Christ the King game at Jordan Holiday, or no?
No.
Nah.
That was nuts. They had the other team had a walk-off 3 at the buzzer.
Oh, I was walking in the gym. I was walking right in the gym when that shot was going on.
Yeah.
What happening?
Bench, and I just the air that was sucked out of them was right out of me too. I couldn't believe it. Everyone just looked at each other speechless. It was crazy.
As I was walking in the gym, Dave, she was taking a shot.
Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, shout outs to Coach Mackey. You know what I'm saying? And his
Coach Anwar as well.
Yeah, Anwar Gladden. But yeah, another fun fact about Coach Mackey. A lot of people don't know. He used to coach boys basketball as well. He was a part of the last 3 years at Talentine. He was the head coach.
Wow.
So 2 players are coaching college basketball right now. One of them is the head coach at Syracuse University, Red Autry.
I've been trying to get him on the show. I said, yo, I'm just going to walk in Christ the King, and we're just going to sit down in the gym and have a great conversation because he deserves his flowers.
He does. And then I remember
such a humble gentleman.
His son's a D1 guard right now too.
Yeah, a couple times I actually showed him like some old Talentine memories, and he got kind of emotional.
Wow.
Because it's like, a lot of people really don't know about those mementos. You know what I mean?
So he was the coach of that #1 team, that last #1 team.
I believe he was on the staff.
Okay.
When they were #1.
Yeah.
And after Coach Sarandria left to go coach at Pitt, he took over. And then when the school closed, that's when he ended up at Christ the King. Coach for 9 years, and then 2000 is when he became the head coach. So he's been at CK as the head coach for 35 years.
Jesus.
He's been coaching at Christ the King for 35 years, but he's been the head coach for, I think this might be 26.
Shout out, Coach, man. That's incredible.
Wow. Hey, it looks like we're going to have to bring up Francis Lewis, Dozo, and Forest Hills so they can settle what's going on. Ben's like, Lewis is a joke program.
Mm-mm. Yo,
Here we go.
Listen, either Coach Ben has been hacked or Coach Ben is putting up bulletin board material for everybody right now. He
He's
wants
just,
smoke.
he is letting everybody know. He said, out of here with that. Okay, we BS. True. Coach, if this is you, I know this is you. Because I have your email.
Mhm.
But
Also, I want to say,
Coach is not playing. Like, I love the smoke, but go ahead.
but no, also since we're talking about girls basketball, shout out to Monsignor Scanlon. They've been
That's
all
what I
over,
was leading to.
and ESPN. I think before the preseason, we had 3 teams on the girls' side that were nationally ranked. Lehigh obviously was number 2. Scanlon was at 20. Christ the King was at 24.
Wow.
These were season rankings on Sports Center Next.
That's impressive, man.
Wow. We had Coach Mercedes on earlier
Yep.
in the year. Salute to that program. That program is shaping up to be one of the more dominant programs in New York City. She's doing an excellent job on her staff, doing an excellent job with those girls and producing some very, very good players.
Indeed.
So who you think wins it this year, Dave, out of the girls? Does Scaling eclipse Christ the King this year?
That's gonna be something to watch. But I also think Nazareth might be a threat. So I think they're in the Catholic League, they're the big 3. Nazareth and Scanlon.
That one's going to be important, huh, Dave? That 1 seed's going to be massive to get.
Because last year, Naz beat Christ the King.
Yeah. I think it was either the city championship or Catholic State. So they won one of those games.
Now explain to everybody the difference because I was so confused with that.
So now the city, so for the boys, a lot of people don't know. The A and B, they have to play. All right, so if they win the A and B, they have to the championships, they have to play against the team from either the Catholic League in Long Island or the Catholic League in upstate New York. Now, girls, I don't know how that works. I think they may do the same thing. Now, as far as the AA boys, because there's nobody else to play them that's any good in that classification. For example, Stepanak, they win the Catholic State Championship outright by default. So that's the reason why the last couple of years, since Stepanak has been posting that they've been the state champions, that's why. So they basically won a championship that they didn't have to play for.
Yeah.
And the girls, I'm talking about explaining the girls because remember
how that part.
Because I was so confused. I'm like, yo, so how y'all the city championships? City champions, Naz get the city championship, right? But then they move on to play somebody else to get knocked out. CTK moves on,
right,
and advance and win the city championship. I was just so confused.
I think what I think. They were both the top 2 seeds, and then they might have brought in somebody else. It could have been maybe somebody from another region. That could have been what happened.
Yeah, or maybe they have multiple teams make that kind of Final Four bracket, Dave, and do an upstate, and maybe like a Westchester team. Maybe they do it that. Even if you lose, you still kind of advance to that state final, I guess, which is weird.
Yeah, definitely.
And with all this federation stuff, this is what happens. I think when you get rid of the federation,
Yeah, a lot of madness starts to happen.
You got like 5 state champions.
So, let's look at some of the stuff that's going on over here. Yes, definitely read Autry the Legend. Facts said Facts. Mackey, Coach Autry, and Reese at Tarleton.
Mm.
Yeah. It says, oh, see? Forest Hills versus Roselle Catholic, 11:45 at St. Francis Prep.
Wow, that's gonna be a game. You
Big
know,
opportunity for
I got
Coach.
Roselle Catholic a couple times. They're looking strong. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to Trey Lewis,
They
who's
still have Trey Lewis from Cardinal Hayes. Wow.
he's still there. They have a couple other seniors. Um, Khalid Hunter, Chase Bray, who's a sophomore. No, Tyrese Hunter, who's a senior. Chase Bray, who's a sophomore. They have a freshman named Javon Chappelle. Like, they're one of Jersey's best teams, Roselle Catholic.
So that's at least some a good test for
Mm-hmm.
Forest Hills.
Yeah, for Forest Hills. That might be the best game they play until the playoffs.
Mm.
Wow.
No doubt.
And Dave, I got a
Okay.
question. What do you think of the overall year of New York basketball? And you think it's trending in the right direction?
As far as I think there's a lot of peaks and valleys. There's a lot of I think there are some ways where things have been great, but it can always get better.
Mm-hmm. I
You
like
know,
that. Yeah.
one of the things that I loved seeing was the fact that the McDonald's All-American game came to New York.
Yeah.
That was the first time in my lifetime that even though it was actually the third time that they came to New York, just to have it seen at the Barclays Center was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It was such a horrible game though.
I know.
It was the worst McDonald's All-American game I've ever seen in my life.
I know.
That's crazy.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I've been watching it, McDonald's All-American game since
Yeah.
I think Pearl Washington. I think this is my first time.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that wish we get some better game.
Much of an all-star game type of thing, or just like it was just a regular tournament? What do you think? Like, why was it so bad?
It was bad because it was just like, hey, you score. Hey, I'm going to score. Hey, let's just do this. Hey, they weren't competing. That's how I felt like. I thought the Jordan Classic was so much better.
Right. But I'll tell you this. I feel like
Because that game between was it Cooper Flag and no, not Cooper Flag, excuse me. It was the bands who played in that Jordan Classic, because the bands in them played in the first. No, it wasn't that Jordan Classic. Sorry about that. Scratch that.
2024.
Scratch that. Yes.
Cooper
Dylan
Flag.
Harper. That one was the best. That
Yeah.
one was the best.
I think it was all 5 guys from Montverde. Some of them got drafted this year. Last year. So that was great. But no, I mean, I feel like, as like to your point, Pooh, I feel like they're probably more motivated. The practices, that's when they really have to play hard, because you got the NBA scouts there. The games are just, for show, obviously.
Yep.
So it's like, yeah, in the games, they, you know what I'm saying, they're just freestyling, whereas the practices are taken more seriously.
Yeah. I learned that at the Elite 24, Pooh, when I first started. One of the first big events I ever went to. And I went to the practice at Xavier High School. You were probably there, Dave, knowing you.
Yeah,
And Thon Maker was there with like Markel Fultz.
But it could have been 2015 or 2016.
Yep. And I'll never forget, Pooh. I was just like, this practice is so unbelievable that we were at the game. We're like, this is a joke compared to how these guys were practicing against each other.
Yeah. The practices are always better than the game.
Absolutely.
Always.
Because Pooh, some of those kids can't really play.
Their future. That's why.
Yeah.
God, sorry about that. What you said, B?
I was just saying some of these kids, and we watch it in New York versus New York. Some of these kids can't play in these kind of all-star game events. They need a lot more structure. They need a lot more balance. You know, they need a coach there who's actually, you know, setting things up, you know.
Nah,
And
that's so real.
yeah, in those major events, they're not gonna get that much coaching. It's just freestyling.
Of
And
course.
yeah, a lot of the a lot of our city kids could never play in those types of events. They could barely play in New York versus New York.
Yep. Yep.
And even that has grassroots influence. So when a lot of people feel like why why are these out of towners playing in this and our local kids can't get in? First and foremost, sneak is if you think that there's no sneaker influence involved, you fooling yourself
Mm.
because without the EYBL, you know what I mean? Without the without these without these grassroots companies and all that, I don't think New York versus New York would be as prominent as it is now. If it was just the city kids, you know what I mean? I don't think that that product would be as big as it is now. To be
Yeah.
honest,
I
Explain
think
why,
I
Dave.
think it would have the casual fans, but to bring in the people who are kind of the media hounds, I agree with you. You know,
of
the extra
course.
to bringing in players and the celebrities that show up and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Because it's like with the marquee names, they're a bigger sell than some of our local kids. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like for our local kids playing in stuff like Top of the Hill, Gersh, Dykeman, etc., etc. You know what I mean? That's more for them. But when you have Slam, Ball is Life, Bleacher Report, and whatever coming through to shoot the games, it's like they don't really care for the local kids. They want the national players.
Yeah.
But
And a lot of the players from our area that are top 5, that are in the national rankings, they don't play in the street ball tournaments during the summer. And part of that is because it's like they gotta stay healthy for Peach Jam. You know what I'm saying? It's a bigger goal at stake.
and I think that's one of the biggest problems, right? Because I don't want to keep harping on back in the days, but kids didn't have to leave New York City that much during the summertime
Right,
to have an impact
right.
on their career.
Mm.
Now, I think it is so much control with the sneaker companies and with the
Mm-hmm.
big corporations
Exactly.
that it forces the kids to jump at the opportunity, even though it may not help them.
Of course.
Exactly.
There's always that chance, but they
Of
got to take
course.
that opportunity because
When they
they
while they
seen it happen for kids that came before them.
exactly. But like you said, Pool, for many of them, that situation may not work out. Cause it's like a lot of kids on these AAU teams, there are certain kids that you'll never hear from again. There's certain kids that you never hear from. There's certain kids that they don't get the scholarships that they thought that they were gonna get just because they played on a certain team.
Oh yeah.
And like we all hear these stories in April. Like a lot of these kids, they don't want to talk to a Queens college. They don't want to talk to a Dominican college. They don't
Yep.
want to talk to a BMCC until April when they realize there's nothing for them. So it's like, okay, now it's like them dreams that I had are fading. So now it's like I gotta take whatever's available.
We
Yeah.
should
Or
do,
they don't even have anything, right, Dave? They lose it. They lose their opportunities.
Yeah.
but we should do like a backtrack of all these kids, like for the last since like COVID, and we could do like from COVID to see
Mm-hmm.
where a lot of these kids ended up at and how their
Yeah.
careers turned out. I think that would
So
be
many of them,
Trouble,
a
man.
lot of these
Trying to
kids
get it.
went nowhere. Those are
Mm.
that's the type of stuff, Pool, that a lot of people don't want to talk about. A lot
Or
of these kids that have been souped up for a long time, and they didn't get the opportunities that they thought they should have. A lot of them they faded away. A lot of these kids you don't ever hear from again.
well, Dave, when you talk to these handlers and these people in charge of these kids, did they ever tell you about the 4, 5, 6, and 10 kids that they failed and didn't go anywhere, or did they bring up the one kid
Exactly,
who made it, who they really didn't even need to help or may not even be connected to? You know, that's
exactly.
that's a big problem right there.
they never talk
Hold.
about the failures. They only talk about the one success story.
Correct.
Hey, listen, we're going to do this right now. I'm glad we on this subject because this another viral video that went crazy right after the scooter joint was this one right here.
You see all these guys running around had all these hoop dreams, all these stories. They did everything you want to do. They got left back on purpose. Then they left New York. Then they went to prep here. Then they went to 4 junior colleges. So everybody in this whole 7-8 year span was jerking them, right? In their mind. They never faced adversity. So now they come home, they talking shit in the summer basketball tournament. You 28, 29. Then summer is over, so what you doing? You don't know. You don't have no plans. You have no motive. What do? You literally just wasted 14 years of your life with a hoop dream that was never real, and now you out here, he hating no more. Don't listen to him. He don't know. Now you're a failure, B. You just play unlimited basketball right now. You're a failure. You know what I'm saying? When you ask these questions, you start digging. You realize you failed at life. How?
Wow.
Harsh words, but
yeah. But I'm gonna be honest with you, Tyrone, Ty Grant. Shout outs to him. I saw him yesterday at the St. John's game. But yeah, what he said is reality. I wouldn't have put it like that, but he did say some truths.
and this is why you're not Ty Grant. This is why you're not Ty Grant. Because Ty Grant gonna give you away the pill that's hard to swallow. That's right. And a lot of people are not gonna agree. But again, Dave, we have to start having these conversations.
With the kids, yeah.
It's okay that you go to the local schools.
Yeah. These are things that people, unfortunately, they don't want to hear until it's too late.
All right, let's switch it up a little bit. I saw something on here that I definitely want to address. Can anyone take down Eagle BK?
They're very strong. So I mean, I can't say that it can't happen, but it's possible. But right now, they look like they're the favorites to win it all, at least in the PSAL.
Now, do you think we have a repeat of Eagle Jeff, or do we have first time ever Eagle Bronx, your school, versus Eagle BK? And what would that be like if that happens?
That would be that. Let's see, Eagle Fest Part 2. That would be a very interesting matchup, specifically because they already played each other in City is Mine, but I wasn't at that game, and they play again in, I guess, it's the end of this month or something like that. That would be interesting to see. But to see both teams win it, both teams playing in the championship game at St. John's would be interesting.
It's okay. Don't want to say that. I don't think I slap in the face did make the roster.
But yeah, I'm sorry, Pooh, but I want to touch on that a little more. So
go ahead.
The fact that, I came into Eagle Bronx in 2007 as a sophomore, just to see where the Eagle Foundation has grown is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I first got there, they had just gotten off of winning the city championship in the B division going upstate with no seniors.
That's crazy. They're in the B?
Yeah, they were in the B. This is when because remember, Eagle Bronx, they were the first in the network. They started in 2004. So yeah, they won the B championship with no seniors. And then the following year, when I first came into the school, you know what I mean? They were beating teams by 30 plus in the A division, but they lost to Westinghouse. Then the following year, they got moved up to the AA. So they had a lot of success, but it took them 6 years until they became what they are now.
Hey, Manny, I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. Thank you. It says, Pooh, besides you, who was talking up New York City basketball, I don't see the media attention from the local news. That's the reason why I started this. I couldn't find it in the newspapers. I couldn't find it anywhere. I was like, wow, nobody. NYC Prospects, they had their thing, the Two Claps show. I'm gonna give love to them. Salute to the whole Two Claps crew.
Right.
They was doing their thing. And they still do their thing every Monday. Make sure y'all check them out on Instagram, NYC Prospects, Two Clap Show.
Right.
But this is why I said, you know what? We need a little bit more presence out there and voices for these kids. And again, this is what we do, man. This is why we're here tonight.
Yeah. And then to add, I want to say that to the gentleman. The reason why you don't see the news media, whether it be the news channel, is because it's like we live in New York City, which is one of the 3 biggest media capitals in the United States. So 9 times out of 10, they're gonna stick to pro sports. You know what I mean? We have 2 of everything. 2 basketball teams, 2 baseball teams, 2 football teams, 2 hockey teams. So because we have so many pro sports organizations, you know what I'm saying, high school sports is an afterthought. So that's basically why.
Richard Henry said the kids fell because their handlers are focused on the game of basketball and not the academics, which factors in as much as the basketball. True. Salute. Rich Henry, my God. What up? What up, Rich?
Rich, what's going on? Also true, because it's like, sorry, they're focusing on how they can benefit off of the kid.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Whether it be some type of financial reward or maybe a job. So they're gonna stick to the kids that can benefit them the most. That's what it all comes down to. And then when, fortunately, those kids don't make it to where they expect them to, they're discarded.
Yeah, I told B said not a failure at life, maybe a failure at hoops.
But it can also happen too, because it's like when basketball is the only thing that these kids have known all their lives, it's like, and now they're forced to do something else. How do they function?
Yeah. I think you got to realize too, eventually, no matter what, the ball is going to stop bouncing for you. You know what I mean? No matter what. Even if you're Michael Jordan, LeBron, the ball's going to stop eventually. And what are you going to do then? So I think if you always have that in the back of your mind as a hooper, I think, you'll be okay. But a lot of people have to put time into it,
And then also it's like sometimes these kids got to start reading more. Because it's like a lot of things that people don't touch on. There's a lot of these kids out there with academic deficiencies. Really, they got it really bad. Like some of these kids, they really can't read or can't read they can't comprehend what they're reading or writing. And that's a struggle that a lot of these kids are facing. Yeah. That's something that's almost never talked about. People only see the glitz and glamour, but they don't see the hardships that these kids face.
Yeah.
But a lot of the stuff that goes on with them is really covered up until a certain point.
True.
Man, it's so many lessons to be learned to that now. It's my guy Ayatollah Beats. My guy Ayatollah Beats is all the way by the Nike company in Portland, Oregon. Well, Nike's is in another town in Oregon, but he's in Portland by the Trailblazers.
It's in Oregon.
There
I want to go there someday.
Yeah, that'll be a nice trip, right? That'll be a nice trip.
That'd be sick.
A couple years ago when I went to Portland, I only got as far as the shoe factory. But that was a nice trip too.
Hell yeah.
But because I got to see the Hoop Summit. I was out there for the Hoop Summit. That was a fun trip too. You know what I'm saying? Those practices are top notch too.
Wow. All right. My God, Rich Henry in the building. Got to get him up here. He has a great story as well, man. What a hell of a ball player. And where's your son at right now? Rich?
I know Oh, I know who he is. Yeah,
Huh?
yeah, yeah. His son is at Earl Monroe.
Earl
Oh, wow.
Monroe. Okay, guys. Okay. Now is Earl Monroe in the PSAL?
No,
Okay.
they're still an independent charter school.
Yeah.
Mm.
But they play a
He's
PSAL.
talking about you, Dave. He said, I told the beast I like Dave outlook on this topic.
Oh man. But no, they don't. No, they
But
don't play
why not?
PSAL.
Why not?
I don't know what it is with them.
Why is it in the PSL? They don't want to get in the PSL. What league are they in?
They're in the charter school league. That's why nobody ever really sees them, but because they're in the charter school league. But they've been dominating in that.
Well, they play in a ton of tournaments. I mean, they're in every
Right.
every city tournament they play in.
I think you know what it is. If they was to play in the PSL, there would be a lot more restrictions. So that could be a reason why they're not in there, and they would rather stay.
They might get rid of their coach, right? I mean, there's restrictions for the coach. You know,
I don't know, because I mean,
right?
the coach, the head coach, his father's the AD.
Mm.
So
It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on, people. It's a lot going on.
but
Hey.
yeah, no, shout outs to Earl Monroe. They're moving actually to the South Bronx.
Really?
Yeah, they're moving to around that 3rd Avenue spot. So the building they should be opening in September.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
So right, not too far from Cardinal Hayes.
Mm.
So yeah, there'll be there may be a lot of events happening in that new soon. But yeah, they're opening up around 3rd Avenue in the South Bronx, you know, in September.
Mm.
Wow. So let's before we get to another topic, I want to jump in this one real quick. The transfer portal, right? And the change that we've seen has gone on in New York City. How much has kids leaving the city has affected the city, and what do you think is gonna be the problems in the future with that whole problem with kids? Not saying it's a problem, the whole movement of kids raising their stock here and then leaving for somewhere else.
Them leaving for the city, I look at it like this: it hurts. It may hurt it may hurt us locally, but for them, I feel like it might be. It's all about what's beneficial for the kid moving forward.
That's
And
a
honestly,
fact.
like a lot of these situations, you know what I'm saying? Like they can do more for the kid than our local schools can. That's just reality, you know? Like some people look at it as a loss because they're losing said player, but it's like, what can that school offer that our local schools can't? That's what you have. That's how you have to look at it.
K. Daniels, salute to my guy Kev Daniels,
Kev.
another member of the part of the team. He said credibility.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree, Brian?
I would agree with that. I think so. You know, because you got to see how legit. You know, it's got to be legit.
Right.
You know, but I love what Dave said about, you know, it really goes on a case by case basis.
Right.
It really depends on the outlook. You know, I think it's the kind of thing where we have to sit back and see how it looks after a year and kind of judge it. But I also think you got to be fair to saying that a lot of these transfers have not worked out.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And
or
not
have really been.
And to me, that is the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Some of the kids should have stayed.
Right.
But then it's helped make other players even better.
Next man up.
Yeah. But also, you know, I also think a lot of the rules with are tough on the kids too. Like, you know, I don't know if a kid maybe goes somewhere and makes a decision if he should have maybe like a week or so to be able to come back. You know, sometimes kids make a mistake. I don't know. I just think there should be a little bit more flexibility for things like that. You know, if you transfer in August, you don't have to sit, but if you're there September 1st, you have to sit. Something like that is kind of
Right.
stupid. I saw that at a school recently where a kid is, a sophomore and he has to sit for some reason for half the year. It makes no sense. So I think some of those rules have to kind of be kind of fixed to make the league a little better, I think.
We have to change with the times. We have to change with the
Exactly.
times.
Like if a kid is playing at a Jefferson or if he plays at a Nazareth and he doesn't make the team or he gets cut, he should be able to go somewhere instantly. You know what I mean? And try and play somewhere else. He shouldn't
Hey,
kid or doing it. You know what I mean? And I'm saying not even make the team. I mean that's just that situation. I mean, there's so many hurdles in the way of these kids kind of bettering their situation. It's hard to root against them in a lot of the ways.
But Brian, yeah, let me touch on that. I look at it like this: a lot of the kids in the city, they have so much that helps them.
Yeah.
Like the PSAL has over 200 plus schools.
Mm-hmm.
The CHSAA has 30 schools. Now, outside of the city, a lot of the kids, particularly in the New York State public schools, a lot of those kids don't have too many options. You know what I mean? It's like, because it's like, in a lot of these other places, they're the only schools in their district. So no matter what, coach leaves or whatever the case may be, they're stuck at that school. They can't go anywhere.
we're at the PSL.
No, I'm
he's
talking
saying
about
like if you lived in Long
NISLA.
Island, right? And you went
Oh
to
yes,
Elmont,
yes.
right? You went to Elmont, and Elmont's coach left, and they hired, the music teacher to run Elmont's basketball team. You'd have to stay, right? You had no option.
Exactly. The only way you'll be able to go anywhere else is if you go to prep school, or your family would have to move.
Yeah, or
Because
Catholic.
because if you live in that district, that's the only place you can go. You can't go to another school district.
What about the kids transferring to New York City?
Well,
Right? We got one. I think he's gonna be Eagles' first ranked player. I think he is Eagles' first ranked player in Lee Robinson. And then we got Javon Webb transferring up. Well, Lee Robinson from Nebraska, Javon Webb from
Georgia, right?
From Georgia. And then you have also what's my God, JJ Addison.
Yep, from Maryland, coming back
from the DMV,
coming back to New York.
But then again, with Javon Webb, his situation is different because a Catholic school can take in whoever because it's a private school. Now, the PSAL, it's like as long as you have a family member, you know what I mean? As long as you registered at a certain place, you can go wherever. So maybe they living with a family member or something like that.
Yeah. Chill out there. You already know. All thing you need is the address. Right? You already need that. All right. That's not hard to do, right?
Yeah.
That's why you have 1,000 assistant coaches.
There's a lot of boxes in the city, Dave.
It's a fact. And 10 million people in New York City, nobody going around and checking every place.
But yeah, also the reason I brought the NISFA schools up is because, like I said, those kids are stuck. They can't go anywhere else.
Yeah.
But I also realized this yesterday when this weekend when I went up to the county center, a lot of those kids in Westchester, they don't rely on one sport. They play multiple.
Of course.
That's why, let's say basketball doesn't work out. They have football, they have tennis, they have hockey, they have other options. Baseball. You know what I mean? So they're more likely to get division. They might be able to get a scholarship in another sport. Whereas the city, they're only playing one sport. And basically, that one sport is the end-all, be-all for them when it comes to a scholarship. They're not playing any other sports.
And it's a lot more money up there, too. So
exactly.
It's a whole different lifestyle up there, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So captain of school needs to change their transfer rules. Ooh, been hearing this for a long time.
Yeah, so if they was to ante up on those transfer rules, it would be like NIL. It would be a lot of shadiness going on.
You're right. You're right, because kids who are not getting their scholarship paid for were like, you know what? We got a scholarship for you over here.
It would be too much shadiness going on. Now that I think about it, you know what I'm saying? I think I think it's good the way it is. For them having to sit out another year. And plus, because there's less Catholic schools and more public schools, it's like throughout the 4 years, a lot of these kids are not going to last anyway.
Mm.
So the PSAL will always be an option for a kid.
True.
Always.
True.
Or Section 1 or Section 10 or Section 11. Because at these Catholic schools, you have kids that don't live in the 5 boroughs. So let's say things don't pan out at, let's say, Holy Cross or Mount St. Michael or whatever. They have to go back to their district.
Yeah.
Man, oh man, oh man. Now, last transfer portal question. What about the kids that's transferring within the city?
That was bad. That was really bad. Because it seems like a lot of kids they just left just to leave.
Just to get a pup post, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just to get their name out there.
They just wanted the attention. That's all they wanted.
Yeah.
But then you gotta, Jada leaves Jefferson. They lose to Eagle, Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Bad. But then they bounce back and they beat Nas.
It's a good win for Jefferson.
A great win for Jefferson.
All right, but we'll see how far they go moving forward.
No doubt. Let's take some more questions before we get up out of here. If one school giant wants to pay tuition and another school wants to pay for a kid, why have them wait?
Now, the money situation with these Catholic schools, a lot of people don't realize this, but a lot of these schools, particularly in the city, don't have the money that people think they do.
Of course, some of them are hurting, right, Dave? I mean,
a lot of them are hurting. That's why I know of 5 schools right now that they have charter schools in their buildings as we speak, or on their campuses. They're renting out space for these charter schools. Anything to keep the money coming in.
Yeah, a lot of international.
So it's like when they say scholarships and all that, basketball scholarships, who knows? Like, it ain't nothing for some of these coaches to make arrangements, to shift, like, let's say, financial aid money towards certain kids. You know what I mean? They'll be able to, what they can do for some, you know what I mean? They're not going to be able to do for everybody. Like, case of example, for those that have seen the movie Hoop Dreams, you know what I mean? For one kid who ended up being, a Division I player, they took care of him. They made sure that they helped him out with a sponsor, with a donor. But for the other kid, you know what I mean? The parent, they thought, the mother thought that things would have been taken care of, and unfortunately, they ended up in arrears, and then the kid he ended up having to leave the school. So it's like, I feel like a lot of parents, in a way, they're not really as informed about certain things as they should be. You know what I mean? It's like, look at the price tag before you send your kids to certain schools, and ask them many questions. And then also sign up for programs like student-sponsored partners, to where, you know what I mean, they'll give you some money for the tuition. You know what I mean? Hopefully, if you come from a certain household where you're not making as much money, you know what I mean, those are programs that could definitely help you. But you still gonna have to pay something on the back end. Don't ever think that these Catholic schools are free, because they're not.
Rich said, just get a puff post. Salute to my guy, Puff. No doubt, always in the conversation. Lionel Williams. But how does the committee view them without Swan than with Swan?
Hey, man, they're a new team, but, if they're going to pick up quality wins like they did against Nas, they're going to be right in the playoff mix, Trevor Lewis, Tudor, Rich Jackson, Kenneth Moore. I mean, they have a loaded roster still. So Tafari Kennedy, they got a lot of pieces still. They're still going to be very tough in the PSAL.
Well said, B. Well said. You back, Dave? I see your face.
See a black screen.
Yeah. Hey, Coach, how you doing? Athletic scholarships are illegal in New York State. Thank you for that information, Coach. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you on that one right there, Coach. That is so important that people know that. It's been crazy, and I think they're still rocking and rolling, man. St. Francis Prep, I think they're going. Excuse me, St. John's Prep. Excuse me, I'm stumbling, Coach. I'm still getting over this cold, so pardon me. St. John's Prep, rocking and rolling.
I got to rip off my Gary Charles whenever you're ready. By the way, I don't want to.
All right, bet. We're gonna do that. Hold on. I just want to shout them out. 13-1, 8-0 overall in the league. And they're 13-1. They only lost one game so far. So salute John Kiggins. Thank you for dropping by, brother.
Absolutely. Appreciate you, Coach. And I think he just got his 100th win, too.
That's right. 100th win. Happy New Year, Coach. And congratulations on your 100th win, brother. Keep rocking and rolling, man.
Only 900 more to be Coach McClary.
Yeah, stay in there. You'll get there one day, Coach. But that 100th win, definitely, we're proud of you on, man. Keep doing a great job.
Crazy, man. Crazy. Good job, Coach Kiggins. There he is.
Now, go ahead, B. Go ahead. Let's
I just
do
wanted
your
to
thing.
say Saturday, just a quick recap. Floral Park won the opener over Port Washington. Brandon Martin, MVP. Floyd knocked off a tough Van Buren squad by 3 points. Sherrod Smith, MVP. We talked about it. Jeff over Nazareth late, 72-67. Kenneth Moore, Rich Jack, Drago, Monster Games. Baldwin in a classic slop war fest. Every point was an absolute grind. Baldwin knocked off Unidale. Ethan Sainsbury, Pooh's guy, MVP, having a monster year for I know you're happy about that.
Ethan!
Yeah, I saw it before the game.
No doubt. No doubt, man.
Doing great.
No doubt.
Shout out Ethan, monster game. And then shout out Coach Niclario, man, picking up another win over Hills East. Our guy, Coach Mike Marshland. Him went back.
What? They beat Hills East?
Yeah, in like 4 overtimes. It was unbelievable back and forth. It was
Whoa.
It was so bad that they put 1 minute on the clock for overtime. They had to lower the time. It was so bad. So shout out Cardozo, Jordan Colding, I think was the MVP. Chaminade knocking off St. Ray's, who was feeling a little under the weather, but Chaminade still able to knock off the Rays at home by 9. Diego Dirch, 18-9. Fantastic game. And Wagner, our guys at Wagner knocking off Valley Street to end the night. Chris Albano, MVP.
It's a lot, brother. Said found an outlet phone that's charging. Got it. Peep the podcast. I appreciate you, brother. Come on, man. That's why you're the #1 basketball head in the whole world.
Always, baby.
Man, I think Dave's phone has probably died as well. And that means it's time for us to get up out of here, brother. But before we get up out of here, I definitely want to leave everybody with this. Dave, you there? You there, Dave?
I'm here now. Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, cool. I want to leave everybody with this. First of all, anybody have any last words before we get up out of here?
I'm good.
Definitely looking forward to what 2026 has in store. Sorry, not just professionally, but personally. Hopefully everybody's in good health. And we look forward to seeing some great things this season.
I agree, man. So before we get out of here, I would like to leave everybody with this, man. Let's celebrate one of our own, on his special day. Salute to the whole Rippy family, man. It's my peoples. All right, let's go.
Yes, sir. So we got these custom made jackets of where I'll be attending school, and I'm just gonna get right into it, open it up.
All right. Pictures worth 1,000 words. All right. Got the hat too. Well, you can see right here on the back of the code, it says the Brotherhood. Why was the Brotherhood the spot for you?
The Brotherhood was a spot for me because I want to play at the highest of levels. That's always been my dream. When it comes to playing D1 Division I basketball, I want to go to a school that has a chance to compete for a national championship, and I want to be an immediate impact a part of that.
What would you tell them they're getting when you come to town?
When I come to town, they're getting a winner, they're getting a competitor, and they're getting a leader.
Salute, 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 salute. Salute again to the whole Rippy family and Deron Rippy Jr.
No doubt, man.
No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, listen. Duke, Durham, North Carolina, get ready for the show. Cameron Indoor Stadium will be the hot spot next season.
And everybody in New York City will be tuned in.
No doubt.
No doubt. Well, listen, we about to get up out of here. Hey, Dave, man, appreciate you as always, man. You always invited anytime, brother.
Of course.
I appreciate you, my man.
Indeed, guys. Looking forward to seeing you guys in the near future. Poole, get some rest. Also, before we leave, I want to give a shout out to my guys down on the Raleigh-Durham area. I was down there for the John Wall Holiday Invitational. It's an amazing event.
Shout out all the boys down there. Love that. Heard it was a
No
great
doubt.
Put it
No
like
doubt.
this. New York City is the mecca of basketball. Springfield, Massachusetts is the birthplace of basketball. But North Carolina is the hoop state.
Woo! Y'all heard that. But we still a Mecca. All right? No
baby.
doubt. High School Basketball Weekly, baby. Y'all know what it is. Glenn Poole Harding, Brian Reinkirk, Dave, Cardova. We out.
Peace.
Thanks, Dave. Peace, Pooh.
Peace.
Indeed.